Welcome, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me this morning for this full body morning yoga practice. This is a great practice if you have been feeling a little unbalanced lately. This yoga practice invites you to tune into your body to truly unite your body and mind by sprinkling in opportunities of intuitive movement. Let this be a gentle, soft opening practice to awaken your body. I'll join you seated on the mat for a morning mind-body practice. Come to a comfortable cross-legged seated position and gently close your eyes. Rest your hands wherever is comfortable and lengthen up through your spine for a beautiful, vibrant, long line from your tailbone traveling up the length of your spine to the crown of your head. Begin to take full, deep breaths in and out your nose. While you do this, scan your body from the crown of your head down to the tip of your toes, just connecting and telling each area good morning for the day, noticing if you feel any body aches in certain areas, any tension or tightness, taking note of them so you can tend to them throughout our practice today. Alright, bring your hands to your knees if they're not already, and on your next exhalation, go ahead and round back in your spine. From here, begin to draw circles with your torso. Close your eyes, tune into your body as you take these feel-good circles, taking the circles as big or as small as your body needs. Let's switch directions. Inhalation to circle forward and exhalations as you circle back. No worries on how this looks, just moving with what feels good in your body, working out any of those tight areas you may have identified during our body scan. The next time you circle back, we will hold it right there. Grasp your knees, lower chin to chest, and begin to shift your weight back, taking about as far as you comfortably can. And then inhalation, leading with your heart, waving your spine through center. Shoulder heads draw back as your shoulder blades squeeze together. And exhale, take it back, enjoying the sensations of the stretch within your body. Inhale, ripple through your spine, heart shining. And let's exhale to take it back once more. Breathe in, leading with your heart. And return to neutral. Make your way to hands and knees for tabletop pose, stacking your wrists under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Extend your right leg long behind you and toes lower to the mat. Press back through your heel for a calf opening. Listening and honoring your body's needs, you have the option to draw your right heel towards your seat as the opposite arm reaches up and back to clasp the pinky toe side of your foot, and gently press the foot back. If you came into this pose and notice that it doesn't feel the greatest in your body, go ahead and soften and take a moment of intuitive movement, taking whatever feel-good moves or postures you need. Soften and extend your leg long, hand lowers to the mat, and exhale, step your leg through center near your right thumb. Align knee over your ankle. Hips melt forward and down. Close your eyes. Feel into your body within this pose. Do you need to take any micro movements to settle more deeply into the pose, or to allow the pose to feel good in your body? Maybe a slow, subtle rock side to side, feeling into the hip joint. Deep breathing in and out your nose. You can stay right here if this is exactly what your body is enjoying and needs. But you do have the option to take it a little deeper and heel toe your foot to the edge of the mat, bringing your hand into the center. Tune into your body and do what's calling to you. If it's calling to you to take it even deeper, you can fan your knee open, coming to the pinky toe side of your foot. Taking any micro movements or a slow rock, massaging the area, finding what feels good. Beautiful, my friend. Bring your knee back in line if you fanned it open, and then heel toe your foot back in. Hands frame your foot. Step it back, coming into tabletop pose, and let's take that to the second side. Extend your opposite leg behind you, toes lower to the mat, and press back to tend to your calf. Same as the first side, listening to your body. You can take a moment of intuitive movement, or we have that option to draw your left heel towards your seat as the opposite arm reaches up and back to clasp the pinky toe side of your foot. We'll gently press your foot back, getting a nice stretch in your shoulders, aiming to keep your shoulders to the front of the mat. With control, soften and extend your leg long, hand lowers to the mat. Exhale to step your leg through center near your left thumb, aligning knee over ankle. Hips melt forward and down into the pose. Go ahead and close your eyes, allowing yourself to feel deeper into your body within this pose. Connecting with your breath, noticing the effects of your breath on your body within this pose. If you joined me on the first side, taking it a little deeper, we'll go ahead and heel toe your foot to the edge of the mat. Feeling how this slight adjustment changes the sensations within your body. And then if it's calling to you and it's accessible in your body, fan your knee open, coming to the pinky toe side of your foot. Take any micro movements or taking a slow rock, massaging any areas needed. Beautiful, my friend. Bring your knee back in line if you had fanned it open, and then heel toe your foot back in. Hands come to frame your foot. Bring your front knee back, this time coming into modified plank pose with knees to the mat. In one long line from your knees to the crown of your head, we'll super slowly lower yourself all the way to the mat with your elbows hugging along your side body. Tops of feet lower to the mat, toes pointing back. On your next inhalation, we'll slowly peel your upper body off the mat, coming into Cobra, engaging the muscles along your back body. And soften and slide your palms forward, coming into Sphinx pose. Elbows aligned under your shoulders. With your heart shining, let's take a moment here to connect with your body once more. Notice how you're feeling on an emotional level. Sphinx pose is one of my favorite poses. Your heart shining, your third eye, your seat of intuition is shining, while you're firmly grounded and supported by the earth through your hips. We're inviting a gentle opening of our neck by looking over to the right, back to center, and take it over to the left. Back to center. Then we'll soften forward, slide your palms under your shoulders, and gently make your way to down dog. In our down dog, we'll take a moment of intuitive movement, tuning in and listening to your body, and honoring exactly what it needs here. This is your time to unite body and mind. We'll be here for about a minute, so enjoy yourself. Alright, take a slow stroll to the front of the mat for forward fold. And once you arrive, we have another opportunity of intuitive movement. We'll be here for a little over a minute. And let the upper body weigh completely heavy. Your head heavy like a bowling ball. And just find what feels good. You may choose to bring your feet wider than hip width. Maybe clasp opposite elbows. Take a slow rock side to side. Anything to work out any tension or achiness you may have identified when we first arrive on the mat together. There are many options available to you here. Just listen in and let your body guide you. If your feet were wider than hip width, go ahead and bring them back in. Let your arms dangle and take a very generous bend in your knees so your torso rests to your thighs. And then we'll super slowly begin to roll up with the intent of stacking one vertebrae at a time. Your head and neck will be the last to rise. Once you're at the top, we'll breathe in, circle your fingertips up to the sky, palms kiss, and lower prayer to heart. Begin to shift your weight into your left sole of foot, and with control, we'll step your right leg back for high lunge. Keeping hands prayer at heart, your hips square to the front of the mat, shoulders square to the front of the mat, and just feel into your body within this pose. Where do you feel the sensations of this pose at within your body? Taking any micro movements you identified that are needed. Lower your back heel to the mat so your back foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat. Glance down to ensure that your front heel bisects your back arch. And then once you have that, we'll extend your arms side to side, bringing them parallel with the earth. Let's feel into your body in this Warrior Two pose. We are keeping things soft and opening, not going to the deepest edge, just enjoying the effects of the pose on your body. Enjoying this deep connection to how your body is feeling. Hands come to your hips and we'll straighten your front leg. Bring toes to point to the side of the mat. Your toes will be in and your heels out. Once you have that, begin to hinge forward at your hips, slowly lowering your fingertips to the mat. And then mirroring me, we'll walk your fingertips over to the left side as you bend into your knee. Both feet remain anchored as you lower your hips as low as you comfortably can. Before you press down in your foot to lift up to center and walk it over to the right side. Beautiful, my friend. Walking it over to the left side, taking it one more time on each side. Remember, we're keeping it gentle and focusing on opening and waking up your body. Take it over to the right. And let's take it back over to the left side, but this time as you lower your hips, flex the opposite foot so toes to the sky and your heel is the only thing on the mat. Lift up to center and take it to the other side, noticing how the slight change in your opposite foot affects the sensations in this pose. And take it over to the left. One more time on each side. Inhale, lift up to center, and exhale, lower to the right. We'll press up to center and crown of head lowers to the mat. Breathe in, lift halfway, finding your flat back. Bring hands to your hips and slowly rise up the rest of the way. Back toes come to point to the back of the mat. We'll pivot on your back foot coming into high lunge. with hands prayer at heart center. Go ahead and square your hips to the back of the mat and your shoulders, taking any micro movements you need to settle into the pose. And just feel into your body within this pose. Lower your back heel to the mat so your foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat, and we'll take that glance down to ensure your front heel bisects your back arch. And when you have that, we'll extend those arms side to side, fingertips reaching in opposite directions. And let's feel into your body in this Warrior Two pose, keeping it soft and gentle, just opening your body, waking it up. Hands come to your hips, and we'll straighten that leg. Bring your toes to point to the side of the mat, and then open your front toes to the front of the mat. Hands frame your foot, and we'll step your front foot back for down dog. In our down dog, we'll lift your left foot up just a little and take it over to your right heel. Lower your big toe and your second toe to your Achilles heel to gently guide your heel closer to the mat. Keep your weight evenly distributed in your hands. Your sternum falls through center. Tailbone lengthens to the sky. On your next inhale, extend your left leg to the sky, taking a few ankles, taking 3 in both directions. And then we'll bend into your top knee and lift to stack your hips for a nice hip opener. Flex that foot, lift it open, and slowly lower your foot back to down dog. Clarify your foundation in dog before we take that to the second side. We'll lift your right foot, taking it over to your left heel, your big toe and your second toe lower to your Achilles heel, gently guiding it down closer to the mat. And once you have that, we'll check in with the weight distribution between your hands, keeping it even. On your next inhale, extend your right leg to the sky, taking those ankle circles, 3 in both directions. Bend that top knee and stack your hips. Flex your foot, lift your knee up, press your sole of foot away. Slowly lower your foot back to your down dog. Knees lower to the mat, tops of feet lower to the mat, big toes kiss and knees open as wide as your body would like for a wide knees child's pose. Arms extended long with palms kissing the mat. Your forehead kisses the mat. Breathe in, the breath traveling the length of your spine, filling up the space of your low back. And exhale as you settle deeper into the pose, releasing anything that does not support your balanced, healthy, unified body and mind. From our child's pose, glance forward as you slide forward and lift your hips, coming into child's pose variation of puppy pose. There's no right or wrong way to do this, just find what feels good in your body here. And then we'll continue that breath work that we did in child's pose, of the breath traveling the length of your spine, and exhales letting go and releasing deeper into the pose. Slowly lower your hips back to child's pose. Walk your palms back as you slowly rise up. Make your way to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. And let's check in with our shoulders a little here by bringing your fingertips to your shoulders and drawing circles with your elbows. Taking your circles as big or as small as you'd like, just listening to your body. Switch directions of your circles, syncing your breath with the movement, massaging the shoulders out. Soften and release. Mirroring me, take a side body stretch to the right. And then we'll continue that breath work that we did in child's pose, of the breath traveling the length of your spine, and exhales letting go and releasing deeper into the pose. Slowly lower your hips back to your down dog. Knees lower to the mat, tops of feet lower to the mat, big toes kiss and knees open as wide as your body would like for a wide knees child's pose. Arms extended long with palms kissing the mat. Your forehead kisses the mat. Breathe in, the breath traveling the length of your spine, filling up the space of your low back. And exhale as you settle deeper into the pose. And then over to the left like a little yoga dance here. Take it back over to the right once more. And then over to the left. And now we'll return to center. Rest your hands wherever is comfortable. Gently close your eyes. And let's take a final moment here to unite body and mind with our body scan. Scanning from the crown of your head to the tip of your toes. Noticing how you're feeling after our practice. And thanking each part of your body for all the amazing things that they do for you each hour, each minute, each second of the day. Big beautiful breath in, circling your fingertips up to the sky, gathering love and light. Palms kiss and lower prayer to heart. Raise prayer to your forehead, setting an intention to stay present and mindful of our thoughts, thoughts of ourself and thoughts of others. Hands lower to prayer at your mouth, setting an intention to stay present and mindful as you nourish your body. Hands lower to prayer at your heart, setting an intention to stay present and mindful of our actions, acting in love and kindness. Sending love and light to you and all beings. Namaste. I hope this practice left you feeling centered and calm and more balanced in body and mind. Thank you so much for taking this time with me on the mat today. If you enjoyed this practice, please throw the video a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel to help support my work in making yoga free and accessible to all. From my heart to yours.